Hi
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Hangout with ST. She's Alyssa.
And he's Hairianto, and Hangout with ST is a weekly show where we bring you top stories of the week.
That's right, anything that is local to everything that's happening
around the world.
Alright, and we are down to episode 65.
Yay!
Why are you
I don't know what else to say.
Okay, I guess, but
That's amazing.
okay,
That's great.
yeah.
We've
But you
made
see,
it
the
to
thing is also
65.
you realize, of course, our set is still the same as last week.
Yes, because we thought that it'd be more chill and it certainly helps to relax me.
Does it help you to relax?
As opposed to sitting on a high chair where my feet barely touch the floor. I feel a lot more grounded.
Okay, very good, very good. And of course, we're coming to you live from the Straits Times newsroom.
So do leave your comments and we'll read it later during the show.
Yeah, and you know, talking about that, of course, if you're wondering, right, how can you get in touch with us? You know, on the note of leaving comments and on social media, we have our very own Instagram, that is Hangout with ST, as well as our email address, so you can just slide in our DMs.
Yes, and we promise we'll reply. Yes, we haven't got anything yet.
Yeah, because we are the ones who are
we are the ones managing it. Right? Yeah.
And today we are going to be discussing the whole Pink Dot and Tosh Rock.
Yeah, whether Tosh Zhang should have stepped down as the ambassador.
Exactly. And then we will then move on to our second segment to talk about youth who show grit and perseverance.
To overcome setbacks.
And we have guests, right?
Yeah, we do.
On
I'm
as
quite
well.
excited.
Yeah, we're quite excited for that. So do stay tuned. I think we can say hi to people. Let's see.
Okay, let me log in.
Yeah, let me log in as well.
Okay, so Samuel Cha says, oops, I didn't silence my phone.
Yep.
Samuel Cha says, hello, hi Samuel. I'll just say hi too.
Yep.
Hi everyone. Hi, is that Jay-Z? I'm gonna ask. Try guessing who our guests are. Try guessing who our guests are.
Okay, I'm gonna say hi as well.
One is a bachelor.
Oh, eligible bachelor, you mean?
Eligible bachelor.
My mom says hello.
Hi, Auntie.
Kiki Bell says hi. So
Kiki.
continue to say hi, and of course join in our conversation as well. Leave your comments lah, right?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway, by now most of you would have known the saga that's been surrounding Pink Dot. It involves one of their former ambassadors, Tosh Zhang, local actor, who stepped down from his role as a Pink Dot ambassador after his old homophobic tweets, which were published between 2010 and 2013. Resurfaced online, and that happened just 3 days after his Pink Dot appointment was announced.
And he then took to Instagram to apologize and said that he would take a break from social media. So our question to you, for those of you who are watching wherever you are, right, whether from home, from office, or wherever you are, our question is, should Tosh Zhang step down?
Yeah, should he have stepped down, right? So. Although the kind of hullabaloo around it has kind of died down, there's been a backlash about how this whole thing has been more about Tosh than Pink Dot. And similarly, we agree, we feel that the conversation has been cut short prematurely.
Yeah, and of course the conversation around Tosh Zhang and all that seems to hijack the whole thing.
Seems to have hijacked, right? Yeah. Right, so it's worth talking about, even though it might be a bit painful to talk about it some more. But let's talk about it and then we can move on.
Yeah, right. Because really we want to learn more. We want to see more of the lessons that can be learned from this whole saga that has happened. Right. There is also the issue of whether the LGBT community should represent as one of the Pink Dot ambassadors. Or should that Pink Dot ambassadors solely come from the LGBTQ plus community?
As opposed to a heterosexual ambassador, right? So the argument is that if you are straight, if you identify as heterosexual, you would not have suffered the discrimination that some gay people went through.
Exactly. So again, the other question that we want to ask you, what do you think, what does it take to be an ambassador, right? Must the ambassador necessarily be LGBTQ plus community, or can he or she be just heterosexual or straight?
Yeah, so one of the ambassadors, Preeti Nair, so she said she doesn't identify as queer, as LGBT, right, in front of the community, but she said that, you know what, I've experienced discrimination based on my race, or she's also been body shamed, so she says, I faced discrimination as well, so she kind of like can empathize, she can kind of understand.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, the whole issue at hand here is about discrimination, right? Whether whatever it is the subject is, the kind of feelings or the kind of trauma that you're being put under when you are being discriminated against, regardless of whatever the issue is, it's similar.
Yeah.
Right?
And also based on the whole thing that happened with Tosh, right? I was wondering, well, then to be an ambassador, do you need to have like a clean track record?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you have to have been supporting from the very beginning,
Yeah.
and also that, do you have to be seen as actively promoting or actively supporting the LGBTQ plus community
correct.
before becoming an ambassador?
Correct. And what's your take, Ellie, about this whole, you know, Tosh Zhang stepping down and all that?
Okay, so I think he should not have stepped down, because at the end of the day, this is all bigger than the hate that he's receiving.
Yep.
I feel that he should have stayed on as the ambassador. Although I agree that his comments they really were not nice.
Yeah.
No matter what day and age you look at them,
Correct,
it's not nice. But I think it's great that he realized his ignorance. He was sorry. He said sorry, and that he went on also to be appointed a Pink Dot ambassador. And I actually thought that was a good. That was a step in right direction. And I feel that, you know, the whole point of having Pink Dot, one of it is to really change the stereotypes and the perceptions of the LGBTQ plus community, right? So and Tosh is, I mean, his former self, he's the sort of person that they want to reach out to and change and raise awareness. And you've got this guy, and then now like you're giving him all this flack for past tweets, and then now he's...
So I guess what, I don't know. To me, I feel that yes, it was a whole... I felt that it was a good chance for him to kind of like step up and say that, hey, you know, I used to be this person, but then I've changed, right? And that's the whole messaging of the Pink Dot, right? You know, the objectives, one of the agenda, to say that, you know, at the end of the day, who you are in the past, you know, that doesn't matter, you know, you've changed, right? Who you are previously may not necessarily be who you are now. And that also points to another issue of the internet never forgets.
And maybe apparently they might not forgive either.
Exactly. So, you know, if you have put it up on the internet, especially if you're a public figure as well, you know, you need to be careful.
Right. So maybe now all influencers, you might want to go speak to your management now and discuss any things you might want to preempt people public that you did maybe 10 years ago. Now it's a good time to talk about it.
Exactly, right. Okay, let's see what people are saying online right now. We have, people still saying hi. We have Adnan Abdullah says the LGBT community has become too aggressive. Okay. Along Poxiu says, Alamak, it's long ago. Why bring it up? Move up. I think Tosh grown mature enough. Oh my God, move on. Okay, which is why I think you didn't hear earlier on what we said. That no doubt, you know, the whole saga has died down and all that. But I think the conversation to move forward is still worth talking about. Right? Whether he should or should not have done what he did. Right?
Exactly. Mahathir Hadir Abdullah says, I don't get it, why must it be him and Pink Dot is given the coverage? Isn't the lifestyle illegal here? They exist, I acknowledge it, but that doesn't mean I must embrace it. Well, no one is forcing you to embrace it.
Yep. I think everybody is entitled to their opinion.
That's right. And actually having said that, I realized that, you know, okay, so speaking as a straight female, I also can't demand, I'm not in the place to demand that people forgive Tosh, that people from the LGBTQ plus community forgive him.
Right? Let's play the devil's advocate now.
Yes,
right?
we should.
Alyssa, of course, there are issues of trust as well. There's the other side of the coin. So now that Tosh has made such a comment, and he has apologized for it through a very tearful Instagram post, right?
Some people are still very harsh. They say it's crocodile tears, or you're just a very good actor.
Yeah. So now how?
Wow, very petty.
How now, bro?
How now? But the thing is that the trust thing. So people don't think he's genuine anymore, and they're kind of like, oh, can a leopard really change his spots?
Yeah.
But I mean,
can a leopard change his spots?
I mean, in real life, a leopard can't lah. But this is matter.
But this is people, right?
People
change, right?
People can change. I feel.
Yeah, exactly. But whatever it is, you know, let us know really. You know, what do you think of this whole issue as well, right? Whether he should have stepped down, and what do you think? You know, makes an ambassador.
Yeah, and especially if you are if you identify as part of the LGBTQ plus community, we also really want to know what are your thoughts.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what else people are saying. Oh, I think people know who are our guests that are coming on.
Yes.
Zin Norain Nasir says, Faris lah.
I say Faris is
Alright.
the bachelor lah. Right?
Baik, Faris. Okay. Okay, Mahathir also says, my point is it is illegal here. No one is persecuted, so why need the drama is my point.
I see.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now, moving on to our second segment. At some point in our lives, Alyssa, we may have faced some sort of setback, right?
Okay.
Life just knocks us down. What do? We probably cried over it, complain that life is unfair, and wonder why it happened to us.
Oh, I know. And sometimes, we take a while to kind of get over it, but we eventually do. We try to pull ourselves together, dust ourselves off, and emerge as better people. And you know what? We may not always have a sappy story to tell. We just seek a better life for ourselves, to strive to be better versions of ourselves.
Yep. Whatever the story may be, it is the great determination and perseverance that propel us towards our achievements. Now, for one, Nicholas Chan, the long shot has certainly come good for him. Far from being a straight A student, he dropped out of secondary school, took the O-levels as a private candidate, then trained as a nursing student in ITE before going to Nanyang Polytechnic and eventually successfully getting a place in NUS Med School.
And it's a big deal because it's very, very competitive. And he is the first ITE graduate to make it there. Our colleague interviewed him, and here's what Nicholas had to say of his success story.
Okay, so when I got in, it was very late at night and I was playing Dota. I remember just thinking, wow, this is unbelievable. Like, I know a lot of people say it, but for me it felt actually unbelievable. And even till now, I still can't entirely believe that I got accepted. When I was a teenager, I would say I was one of the most rebellious students that I can think of. I didn't want to attend any of the classes. I was always not going to school, or even when I was in class, I didn't pay attention. And I remember a lot of times where I would wear my school uniform out, and then after having convinced my parents that I'm leaving house for school, I will purposely go and change out into home clothes and then go to a land shop or cyber cafe, something like that. I think my rebelliousness was just, it always stuck with me throughout my secondary school years. And it was only towards the end of it that I realized that being rebellious is not necessarily a cool thing or a good thing. I knew it was an unconventional path, going from IT nursing to Nanyang Poly nursing and then eventually into any other medical school or any other local medical school. But I was determined to try and figure it out as I went along. I think my experience in nursing, both in ITE and then in Nanyang Poly, really prepares me pretty well for at least the starting parts of my clinical experiences that I will have as a medical student. For example, the typical culture shock that comes with going to the wards for the first time, I won't have that as much as other students who may not have had that experience. But I think something that I really take away from the nursing, my nursing training as a whole, that I hope to bring to medicine would be that we work as a team, and in the hospital I think sometimes because of the tensions, we can forget that.
There you go. So that is Nicholas. For the full story, and of course the full video, if you want to watch again, you can go on to straitstimes.com.
Now we have the questions to our viewers. Do share with us your success story. Now you don't have to have suffered like as we said before, something like completely devastating. But if you have your own special story of grit and perseverance, share it.
Little story, right? Share with us, right? What is your success story in the comment section below. Now, Nicholas, of course, couldn't come onto our show tonight because of NS commitments, but we have 3 other guests here whose grit, determination, and hunger to succeed has got them to where we are today.
Yay! So we have with us from here, Farah Malik of Sky High Educators with her brother, Faris.
And of course, we have Shafiq.
Hi.
So, we have our 3 guests right here. Everybody say hello to them. Of course.
Hello.
Now, okay, before we start, tell us a bit more about yourself. Probably we'll start with the lady first.
Okay, so as mentioned, my name is Farah. I am currently doing my postgraduate studies at SMU in psychology.
Okay. Faris, what about yourself?
Okay, I'm Faris Malik. I'm an educator by profession, and I'm the co-founder of Sky High Educators together with Farah.
Together with your sister Farah. Okay, Shafiq, what about yourself?
Hi, I'm Shafiq. I'm one of the co-founders of Burgs by Project Warung.
Okay.
So we actually serve gourmet burgers at two outlets, Beach Road and Viva Business Park.
Okay, so of course, we got you guys here because of your stories, right? Your grit and your determination. I mean, of course, again, like what Ellie says, not necessarily that you've gone through some kind of big adversity, but it's really about how you have, persevered to achieve what you set out to do for yourselves. Maybe we can start with Farah and Faris. Share with us, what is your story?
Okay, so maybe we don't go into the long story, but we'll just sum it up in that we did face financial difficulties, our family. There's just two of us in the family. So back then I was in JC, he was in university, and we were still studying. So we had our struggles as regular students in Singapore especially. And we needed some help, we needed tuition, but we realized that the prices out there were really quite high and unaffordable. So when we came out and we made it to university, then we realized that while the tuition market is quite saturated, the prices are still not very competitive. So we were trying to think of a way to counter this problem, and we realized that we were both in two different universities. We had our own pool of contacts, so why not use these contacts? So we then created a platform. We gathered all these contacts and we provided more affordable tuition by getting undergraduates to tutor, instead of those who are actually educationally in the educational training track.
Right.
Yeah.
And Faris, I understand earlier on, when we were talking backstage, both of you back in the day, there was some sort of challenge that you guys faced, and because of that experience and that struggle, it has motivated you to do what you guys are doing right now. A bit more on that, on that struggle and that story.
So it all started back when I was in junior college myself. So both our parents had lost their jobs. It was back in I think 08, 09. So that was
the
financial crisis. Yeah. So both of them had lost their jobs. We were struggling. Our parents were in between jobs. So I was working part-time, F&B as well, to support myself and also my family in whatever way I can. So it was through that struggle which we realized that even though what we were going through maybe is not as bad as what others had gone through, but we just had a taste of it, and we realized that it is really challenging having to juggle work, studies. So we wanted to make it as easy as we could for others out there.
Now, Shafiq, you are one of the Clio Most Eligible Bachelors of 2019. Heads up, ladies. Yeah. Well, although Faris is also a bachelor.
So the finals is tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Is it?
Finals is tomorrow.
Finals
Okay,
is
and when
tomorrow.
will it be?
It will be at Zoop
And what time?
at 7 o'clock.
Okay, ladies,
7
now you
p.m.
know.
So
Okay, you heard
any
it,
ladies
Shafiq
out there,
over
you can just RSVP.
Wow, that is smooth.
Very good.
Okay, back to the topic. Back to the topic.
So Shafiq, maybe you can share. So you study at ITE, right? And
Yep.
you were sharing that you face discrimination from,
So as you can see back then in IT, people will always label us like why are you going to it's the end, IT is being labeled, and those who go to IT wouldn't be very smart, like maybe you guys, in JCs and everything. But to me, I believe that everybody has its own characters, abilities, and whereby they can actually succeed no matter where they actually go. So being at IT, I wanted to actually make my parents proud.
Yeah.
You see, because being the first child, the role model of the family, and not being smart in the family, so I wanted to prove something. You see, yeah, and that's where after IT, I decided to actually open up my own business.
Okay.
But before that, after you graduated, you were actually working at a 1 Michelin star restaurant. So
Yep.
it was a stable job.
Yep.
And but then you quit and you started your own F&B business, and everyone knows that is crazy.
Yeah. So
Right.
ever since day one when I was in IT, it actually opens up a lot. Few challenges that I face in life and everything. So after having a stable job in a 1 Michelin star restaurant, I met my partners Indra and Rizwan.
Yeah.
So we actually discussed and thought, why not take a different path, a different challenge, to prove people that doesn't mean when back then you were studying IT, it's always the end. So we wanted to actually give opportunity, open path to new things.
Right, right. Again, for those of you who are watching us at home right now, we have our three guests here, right? We have Shafiq, we have Faris, and we have Farah as well. Now, these three of our guests, they are youth who have showed grit and perseverance in achieving whatever that they want to set out to achieve, right?
Despite setbacks.
Despite setbacks, exactly. So for Shafiq, you know, coming from ITE, he decided, hey, you know, he went on to Michelin star restaurant.
So despite the discrimination he faced from family, you know, he went on to make his parents proud, his family proud, right?
And start his very own burger joint, right? And then, of course, the other side of the coin, of course, we have Faris and Farah, you know, having faced family struggles, using that past struggle to actually propel yourself forward and to reach out and pay forward to other people who may be in the situation that you guys used to be in, right? And understand that the three of you, of course, now you guys are entrepreneurs in your own rights. You run your own business. What are the struggles now that you face, you know, as a young entrepreneur?
You guys understand?
I think so. I was having a conversation with Shafiq. I said both of us are trying to make good things affordable for the community.
Yeah.
So he's making burgers affordable. I think that's really it sums up what entrepreneurship is. You know, it's pulling together resources, or whatever resource. It doesn't have to be money, but pulling together resources to solve a real problem or to make life better for people. And I think that's what motivates us to actually continue doing what we do.
And was there that one moment or one of the few moments in life where you felt that you can feel the impact of what you're doing?
You know, receiving, you know, like good comments from, you know, like for them, for us as well, you know, receiving good comments, those are the things that actually motivates us. So maybe, you know, sometimes we actually receive like criticisms and everything, but you know, we learn from that. You know, as time goes by, you know, we need to improve ourselves as well, you know, from the way when we first started off, then from where we are right now. So it's basically it's a learning journey for us as well.
And I'm curious to know, were there any major setbacks you experienced when setting up your business in the early days, or even now still?
I mean, you know, as for them, you know, financially as well. For me and my partners, you know, we also face financial, because at one point we had actually our life savings on the line, because we actually used up all our life savings to actually start up the business. So everything was on the line for us. So it's either, you know, you make it or you break it. So I think for both of us the situation was almost the same, because everything was on the line, and without the effort, I think for us it wouldn't be, you know, success right now.
How about you, Farah?
I think for me it was trying to juggle my own development as an undergraduate, continuing my studies, and for my brother as well, that we were both still studying. So there was that juggle, and that was the biggest struggle for us.
Right. Again, for those of you who are at home right now, you know, just watching us, we have our three guests here, and I think we can take some comments. Alyssa, I think we do have some.
I can see Faris has a lot of fans, huh?
Yeah.
That's why he's the bachelor.
This guy is the Clio one.
It's okay, next time you can join the field.
Okay, so we know from Sharif Munshi that Faris is also a bachelor.
Faris! Okay, and Hua Chi Seong says, all of you are successful.
Thank you.
We have Samuel Chua that says, went from Sec 4 to Sec 5 to IT and to Poly. I've got an awesome job now and I love what I'm doing. As long as we work hard, we can achieve our goals we've set in our lives.
And we have Siti Mastura saying to both of you, Faris and Farah, so proud of you both.
Yeah.
So who is Siti Mastura?
She's actually our aunt.
And then, again, you know, if you're wondering, of course, our three guests here, they are entrepreneurs on their own rights as well. Shafiq owns a burger joint, right? Tell us more, Shafiq, about this burger joint.
So the burger joint is called Burgs by Project Warung. Okay, so initially we actually created a company called Project Warung. Our aim was to actually serve different concepts in the hawker scene. Because warung, as you know, is an Indonesian word for stalls. Small stalls. So we wanted to show like our journey back then in IT, you know, doesn't mean you started from the bottom. You know, it's always a failure, you know. And, you know, as same thing like working in hawkers, you know, and comparing to studying in IT, it's almost the same. People will say like, hey, where are you guys working now? I'm working in a hawker. So like, are you serious? Are you working in a hawker?
Yeah.
So we wanted to actually change that trend.
Yep.
So that is why we came up with gourmet burgers. Then thankfully it became a hit with social medias and everything, and people start to actually change the perspective of looking into hawkers.
Yeah.
You see, they look into hawkers differently. Right now, you go to hawkers, you can find hipster food.
Yeah.
You can have burgers, you can have those what you find in Geylang Serai Bazaar nowadays. Yeah, it can all be actually started in hawker centers.
Yeah, and you have a stall there, right, at the Geylang Serai
Yeah,
Bazaar?
we also have a stall at Geylang Serai Bazaar right now. So if you guys are interested, you guys can actually head
He
down.
very smooth, he can touch all these things.
That's why the bachelor. Okay, so from one bachelor to another bachelor, Faris and Farah, tell us more about our Sky High educators.
Okay, so Sky High Educators, we started it just like Farah mentioned as a tutor to student matching service. But we wanted to do a lot more than that. We wanted to make quality education as affordable and as accessible as possible within the community. So we tried different concepts. So right now the concept that has been going on for the longest time is actually the study lounge. So we actually set up consultation style classes where students of any level can come in and they can ask us questions about their homework, about their revision for exams. And we want it to be a casual environment. We want it to be somewhere where they want to come, somewhere where they would like to spend time. So we have like snacks, make it as comfortable as possible. So that's been going on for 4 to 5 years already. And I think that the important thing which I've experienced, Farah and I have experienced, is that there are a lot of people in the community who want to help, who maybe don't know how. So a lot of people have tried to help through us. So we have found a lot of like-minded people who want to help together with us. So that has made or has amplified rather our vision.
Now the both of you also do community workshops. Maybe you can elaborate a bit more on what you do for that part.
Yeah, so for the community workshops, so we went on to wanting to empower these youths with skills as well. So we found entrepreneurship to be a very useful skill for people to expand ideas, to solve problems, and also to earn some money. So we've been running entrepreneurship workshops, boot camps, for example, we ran one for Mendaki Sense, which lasted about 3 days. So in those 3 days, the kids learn how to solve a problem using entrepreneurship, ideation, learning how to set up an online store, learning how to sell. One team selling fish, one team selling chocolates. Very cute. So, but it was true that we wanted to have fun for entrepreneurship and get the concept right. So those are some of the things that we do.
Right. And I see there are more comments that are coming in. We have Kiki Bells that says, "Why Shafiq so handsome? Ha ha ha." Is that a fan?
Did we get your right angle, your good-looking angle? That's right.
Choi Cheng says, "Baik Faris, nice and humble guy." We have Nadia Faranas that says, "Way to go Faris, Farah and Shafiq." And then we have Siddiq as well that says, "Baik Faris and Farah."
A lot of people giving you the hands up.
Hands
thumbs
up.
up. Sorry, thumbs up.
Now there is all this talk, right, Alyssa, about the millennial generation being soft and labelled as the strawberry generation, cannot stand hardship, being entitled, crave immediate and instant gratification.
I probably take one of the three.
And which one is that?
The last one lah.
Crave immediate and instant gratification.
Yeah, I do. I'm
Okay.
kind of person. But on that note, the Straits Times has an ongoing series called Generation Grit that casts a spotlight on millennials in their 20s to mid-30s who demonstrate extraordinary grit and courage in overcoming adversities.
Now, we even had our inaugural winners for the Generation Grit Award that took place earlier this month. We have Mr. Wong Tze-Heng, who became paralyzed after a freak diving accident but never wallowed in self-pity and persevered to become a teacher. We also have Ms. Zulaika Zulkifli, who was homeless for many months, yet still determined to become a social worker and will soon graduate with a bachelor's degree in social work.
And last but not least, we have Mr. Thomas Liao, a former drug trafficker who turned his life around in jail and is now helping families as a senior social work associate. Now, do you agree that the millennial generation is a strawberry generation, guys? We're all millennials here, right?
We're all millennials. Okay, just to confirm, because Alyssa did a special package on the millennials.
I did, yes.
Who belongs to the millennial generation?
Okay, so those born between the years 1980 to 1990. Safe to say we're all within that, right?
1990.
Yeah. Yeah.
Both
1999, 1999, right?
I said 1990. Oh, I got it. Sorry, I was thinking about myself. Sorry. 1999.
1999. So we're all in the millennial
I did
generation.
last week still. Oh no.
So do you agree when people say millennial generation, strawberry generation?
No.
No.
It's funny because we were talking about this at the dining table with our dad that day. Yeah, we were asking him like, what other food would you use to describe us? So he said coconut.
Oh,
Okay, so
why
I was asking
coconut?
why coconut.
Okay.
Then I think the main point is it's a multi-purpose fruit. So you can use every part of it for a lot of things. And like Faris and I always talk about how being in this generation is quite special because we were at the bridge between pre-technology and post-technology, and everything's changing so fast. So we always have to be on our toes. We are adaptive. So I wouldn't really say we're bruised easily. Like we just have to work around the.
Work around things. Faris.
That's what you said.
Yeah, coconut.
Yeah,
Right?
coconut, yeah.
Faris, do you agree that strawberry generation?
Strawberry. Is it okay? So what I've heard, I mean, many of the discussions
Yeah.
have been quite negative. So, but I say it depends. Like, it depends on individual and how much you want to, how much effort you want to put into your life, how much you want to achieve. So it really depends. I mean, but a lot of people are just labeling us.
Shafiq?
Everything called a strawberry.
Coconut.
Maybe coconut. Yeah, I think for us, I believe that we are the adapting, millennials, to because like for us, we pre-technologies and now technologies. So we are actually, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I can say that we are the best of the best, because we adapt to situations. We don't move on from problems. You see, we actually adapt to situations like how pre-technologies and now technologies.
So continuing on that, what are some misconceptions that you've heard about being part of the millennial generation?
Okay.
Your turn.
So some misconceptions, I think people have, like I mentioned, there are a lot of negative connotations to the word millennial. But I think, like what Shafiq mentioned, we're quite blessed to be in this, to live in this period where we've experienced. Yesterday I found a diskette on my dining table. I was like, wow, haven't seen this in a while. So I mean, we've come that far from diskette to maybe micro SD cards in such a short period of time. And because of that, we think differently, and we're able to solve problems better. So, and I think we're really blessed that in this day and age, we can just go out there, and social media and the internet helps us to want to solve problems or maybe to get attention to our cause, things like that. So I would say it's a blessing.
Shafiq, what about you? What do you think are some of the misconceptions?
Yeah, same as far as actually I have almost the same view as him. To me, it's all about adaptation wise and everything, you see. Because back then when we were schooling, we were using floppy disks, and we had Windows 98. 95, Windows 95. Then right now it's more technology. We have Apples and everything, iPads. So it's always on the go.
And okay, so we have a comment right here from Sally Marie. Congrats to all of you. Would like to find out from Faris and Farah though on how to enroll my kid into Sky High program, and is there any age range?
There you go, business pitch.
But this is why we do this, right, Alyssa? I think for us, this is how we want to impact people, right, through our show.
So we are like mini entrepreneurs here.
Correct. We are
So these are the real entrepreneurs.
Yes. So tell us, Faris, where can people go?
Okay, I think the easiest, if you're on Facebook, you can just hop onto our Facebook page, Sky High Educators. So there's you can just drop us a message. We don't have an official form for any programs because we have many different programs. So just drop us a message. We'll get back to you.
And it will definitely be either of us because it's just two of us.
So you can also slide in that message. Sky High Educators, and then for Shafiq, it's Project Warung.
On by Project Warung.
Yes, and business is expanding, right?
Yeah, we are hopefully looking to open our third outlet at the West.
Is this an exclusive? Is this the first time you're sharing on media?
Yep.
You guys heard it first here on Hangout with ST.
So stay tuned on our Instagram and Facebook page. So second half of this year, we will actually launch a few new things.
Very nice.
I think maybe next week also we probably will have some burgers
maybe.
for dinner. Is it? Is it, Shafiq? Just sliding in your message.
Slide your ideas.
Slide in your
We should
DMs.
do a food show, next time.
Yeah, maybe a food show. All right, thank you once again, Faris, Farah, as well as Shafiq for coming on board to our show here to share more, about your journey and your story. And I think it's very important that we show that youths like yourself persevere, have grit, and not necessarily the strawberry that people say.
You could be a coconut.
You could be a coconut. You could be. Exactly. All right. So once again, thank you. And we will now move on to our last segment. Right?
Facebook Face Off.
Right, okay, so this is how it's going to happen because last week we did this, so this week this is what we're going to do as well. And we're going to do what we call Facebook Face Off, where Ellie and I, we trawl through Facebook for the dumbest comments that people put on our Facebook.
Because some of you are really very witty. So we will go in a battle of three, right? The best of three will win, and we have our guests here to kind of help us decide who's the funnier one, help to sway the votes,
Yeah. So if you think that Ellie is funnier, you type in A.
If you think Hairianto is funnier, type in H. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so round one. Oh, okay, I go first.
You go first.
Okay, so now your NDP 2019 tickets, right? The application's open from Thursday, which is today. And so if you're hoping to get it, you have to ballot, right? Yeah. Okay, so Zachary Heng says, you can look at the screen there, we have it there. Zachary Heng says, oh, the once a year Singapore lottery is here. It's always funny when I see it, right? My head.
It's funny when you see, right? No, but I don't think my comments are that funny.
Oh no, you always say it's kind of thing, but actually
so mine is about this talk that we're gonna have with Ask ST. So the caption says, when life gives you lemons, what do you do? 3 millennials share what pain and adversity have taught them at Ask ST at NLB. And then Gita Sesh says, I think it's like she has had it,
No, she's a guitar sesh, guitar session.
Oh, right. You took my voice. So Gita Sesh says, when life gives me lemons, I stop using cliches.
I think the username is funny.
Okay, so if you think that Alyssa is funnier, you type in A.
If you think Hairianto is funnier, type in H.
Okay, second round. Okay, I'll go. Okay, so basically this is about Huawei, right? Google restricts Huawei's use of Android after Trump blacklist. And then Annette Elizabeth Pua says, then maybe we'll have Humil, Huadroid, and Google next.
Okay, so mine is, your phone may be listening to you. Have you ever chatted with a friend and then you found online ads for the same things you talked about on your phone? Right? Yeah, right. I can't before. Okay, so Alvin Tan says, well, if my phone was listening, it would have linked me to a free article. Oh, it's a burn, but it's funny.
You guys know why, right?
Yeah.
Always gonna. Oh my goodness, always gonna. People could move away from it, I feel.
Sorry for bringing it.
So if you think that Alyssa is funnier, you type in A.
If you think Hairianto is funnier, type in H.
Okay, round 3. Ellie, you go.
Okay, last one.
Last one.
So remember Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator? He was attacked. Someone kicked him from the back. And he's 71 years old, by the way. Yeah, can you imagine? Okay, so Ao Gong says, how dare you mess with the Terminator?
Comment, there's no likes.
Okay, my third one. This is basically about British PM Theresa May, right? Expected to announce on Friday that she will quit. Okay, she's stepping down because of Brexit. Richard Go says, end of May before the end of May. This is very good.
But no likes also? No likes.
24 minutes though.
That's it. Okay, so if you think that Alyssa is funnier, you type in A.
If you think Hairianto is funnier, type in H.
Okay, we'll let you guys think about who your votes are, and I will let you guys at home think as well who should be the winner this week. And let's take some comments.
Okay.
Samuel Tra says, great job guys, keep up the great work. Woohoo!
Thank you.
Rachel Quack, our colleague, saying, watching. Thank you. We have Nazlin Hilal, proud of Faris and Farah, having gone through really tough times. They have come out stronger than ever.
You are getting a lot of votes.
Oh, am I?
At the moment, yes.
I like the Google part.
Yeah, it's good, it's good.
Hua Hemil. Hua droid. Kill Skill says, yes, continue doing big things, Shafiq, sending lots of love and warmth, praying for your welfare, may you receive more and more blessings.
And who's Carmen Sata watching Faris and his sister doing amazing from Sydney? Is he a friend?
NS friend, NS friend.
Ah, yeah, NS friend.
NS friend.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe we can kind of...
Ask them first. Who do you think? That's right.
You know they're going to go for it. Walao.
Never mind, we go. Farah, A or H?
H.
Faris?
H. Sorry.
Shafiq?
I'll go for H.
Okay. Producers, you have...
I think no need already.
You have...
One already.
In the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So, Hairianto, you have, this is your third time in a row. Okay, so the thing is that actually I have the record. So I used to be funny.
Okay, go.
I was funny once. Actually, I won 5 times in a row.
Yeah, there was once she won 5 times in a row. It's amazing.
Weeks in a row. Yeah, so that's the world record. So he's on his way to.
And you know it's the world record simply because we
It's
are
the
the
only
only show that does it, right? But yes, I'm on my way to beating her record of 5.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not end of May. Yeah.
Alright, that is all we have for Hangout with ST this week. For more news and videos, do log on to straitstimes.com.
And we're also on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And we also want to thank our guest again for joining us.
Yes, exactly. We have Shafiq, woo, 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 woo. And then we have Faris, woo, woo, woo. And of course we have Farah as well. Thank you so much, guys. And on that note, also we have our own Instagram as well as our own email, Hangout with ST. If you feel that you want to get in touch with us, you want to slide in our DMs,
Feel free to drop us a message. We'll reply. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, exactly right. Now, we will leave you with this year's NDP theme song, which was unveiled yesterday. The song Our Singapore is a mashup of previous NDP songs. We Will Get There from 2002 and Our Singapore 2015, and it features 27 artists.
It was composed by well-known singer-songwriter Dick Lee, and the music video, directed by filmmaker Royston Tan, features our homegrown singers such as Kit Chan, Taufik Batisa, and JJ Lin, and also rappers Sheikh Haikal and Sugar Shay, and veteran performers Tracy Huang and Ramli Sarif.
Definitely, truly a star-studded theme song. Alright, so once again, she's Alyssa.
And he's Hairianto.
Goodbye and see you next week.
Through many years gone by, we moved ahead together. We've built a brave new world where we could shine and grow.
Oh, and now we only have to look towards tomorrow to carry on the dream as far as it will go.
So now we look around us and we see
Ooh, a nation built with love by you and me.
a land to treasure right down to the core. Our home, our heart, our Singapore.
To my people of the future,
We built it for the ones that dream. Hand in hand we'll make our land.
our home, the place to be. From young to go, our stories unfold.
Moments like these will speak. Words that last forever. Worlds that come together to show that we're all the same. We'll break the chains to make a change. Burn bright, I will light and see the flame.
And amazing as it seems, it all started with a dream.
But the dreaming isn't done, 'cause the best is yet to come.